Hello students, Module 3 deals with the vector algebra. Today we are going to see the properties of unit vectors, component of the vectors, product of vectors and the operator which acts on the vectors. So with the start of our journey, let's start and understand the problems which we deal in the physics. Basically these are divided into two categories. Some with the elements which having the magnitude, like some mass are there which having a magnitude, and such a quantities are known as a scalar quantity, the quantity with the magnitude only. Whereas some not only having the magnitude but also had a direction, and such a quantity is known as a vectors, the quantity with the magnitude and as well as direction. Now, vector algebra, which is our main topic, is divided into the two techniques to operate on the vectors. One is vector addition and another is scalar multiplication. Now, let's suppose we had a vector A and we wanted to add another vector B in vector A, and the resultant vector is C, which is the actual combination of vector A and vector B. These are work for the addition. Now let's suppose we had a vector A, and if we multiply a vector A with some quantity but the scalar quantity, then we will result into the scalar multiplication. Now vector quantities or vector algebras deals with the vector unit vectors. Now what is a unit vector? Vector having unit length as a magnitude are known as actually the unit vector. Now as the length is unit, so we are working with the systems of the rectangular unit vector. Whose are these rectangular unit vectors? I, j and k. Now I and j and k having magnitude as a unit, that means 1, but the direction, like I is in the x direction, j is in the y direction and k is in the z direction, and that lead us to the component of a vector. If a vector A is there having the component A, B, C in x, y, z with this. Now, as we have already done some or understand what is unit vector I, j and k, then let's do some problems on that, some gaming problems like this. The problem number 1 says that what is the unit vector of a point direction of a v having a magnitude minus of 4 minus of 8. Now as we know in a graph, v is a directional and having a magnitude in x and y, the point P, okay, which is minus 4 minus 8. Okay, now if we wanted to find that what is the unit vector for this vector v, so what we will try to find the magnitude of vector v. So let's see, find the magnitude of a vector v. The magnitude of a vector v is actually under root of, since it's a two-dimensional, we will take x and y, x square plus y square. What is x? We had a x, for x we had minus of 4, where y for we had minus of 8. Therefore minus of 4 whole square plus minus of 8 whole square, and that leads us to the quantity 16 plus 64, 80 under root Now, if I write in a form 16 multiplied by 5, and if I take the 16 out of the root, we will have 4 into under root of 5, which is the magnitude of V. Now unit vector having a magnitude, ठीक है ना, we wanted to find the unit vector for which? For vector V, which is equal to vector V divided by its magnitude. Now what is the vector V? Minus of 4 I cap plus, minus 8 j cap. Now what is the quantity below we had as a magnitude? 4 under root of 5. 4 under root of 5. Let me clear it. Okay. That means unit vector we will had minus I cap divided by under root 5 minus 2 by under root 5 j cap. This is the what we do for the unit vector for the vector V. I have kept this problem for you. Find the unit vector for W in a similar manner. Try it. You will find that it will be better to work with your own hands. Now rectangular unit vector. As we have learned that rectangular unit vector, which are the rectangular unit vector? So we had a rectangular unit vector I, J and K, and they usually circled with each other. They usually circled with each other. Now for the problem 3, we had a vector R, which is 3I minus 2J plus K. Vector T having the component vector as a 3I plus 4J plus 9K, and vector C as a component vector minus I cap plus 2J plus 2K. And the question has been asked to find 3C R plus T plus C minus R minus T plus 4 cap. So we will go one by one for this question. For the solution, we have a 3C. We wanted to find 3C. That means we have a C as, vector C as minus of I cap plus 2J plus 2K. Now if we multiply it by the scalar function quantity as a 3, so 3 into C cap will be equal to 3 times minus of I plus of 2J plus of 2K. That means minus of 3I plus of 6 times J plus of 6 times K. Now for the problem number 2, what we had? We had to find unit vector, vector R plus vector T plus vector C, and these three vectors are given in the equation, in the problem. So we can add R plus T plus C is equal to, R is 3I cap minus 2J cap plus k cap plus for the quantity t we have 3i cap plus 4j cap plus 9k cap, and the quantity c we had, I will continue over below, as minus of I cap plus of 2 j cap plus of 2 k cap. Now if I try to make every I cap, j cap and k cap, if I add them like this, 3i plus 3i minus of I, 3 plus 3 6 minus 1 is 5. So we had a result as a 5 I cap. Similar way, 2j minus of 2j plus of 4j plus of 2j. Since minus and plus will lead us to 0, remains only 4j. The quantity we will add as a 4j after the addition. Then for the k cap, again if you see, k cap 9 k cap plus 2 k cap, that means we will have 12 k cap. So we will write 12 k cap. This will be the result of the addition of 3 vectors. Now the third one which we had is r vector minus of t vector plus of 4 times c vector. So what we have a r vector? We had a r vector as a 3i cap minus 2j cap plus k cap minus what for the t we had? For the t we had minus 3i, sorry, plus 3i cap plus 4j cap minus k cap. So we will write 3i cap plus 4j cap plus 4j cap plus 9k cap plus 4 times c. That means we have to multiply it by the magnitude of 4. That is the scalar quantity. So if I multiply minus of I cap with 4, we will have minus of 4 I cap. 2 times 4 will have 8 j cap, and 2 times 4, that is 8 k cap, and the resultant for the I cap we will add 3i cap minus of 3i cap, that means it will be cancel each other, minus of 4 j cap. Therefore the resultant will be minus of 4 I cap. Since there is a minus sign and r minus t is there, so we have to multiply this minus sign inside the t components. Then minus of 2 j minus of 2j minus of 4j. Why it's minus coming? Because this minus sign is outside the bracket and this minus sign is in the equation r minus t. So we have to make the negative of the t. Okay? So minus of 2 minus of 4 plus of 8. So minus of 2 minus of 4 is minus of 6 plus of 8, that means we will add plus of 2. See, 8 minus 6 is nothing but 2. So plus of 2 j cap. Then we will add k cap, 9 k cap, that is 10, sorry, k cap minus of 9 cap, तो minus of 8 हो जाएगा, since it's a minus sign outside the bracket, plus of 8 k cap, since we had a minus of 8 k cap due to this combination, and there is a plus of 8 k cap due to the C. So minus of 8 plus of 8 resulted as to the 0. Therefore, the result is only minus of 4 I cap plus 2 j cap. You can try by yourself with the problem number 4, where suppose there are R, G and F vectors are there. We have to write A as a I plus 3j plus 2k as a linear combination of R, G and F, that is find the scalar A, B, C which has been multiplied to R, G and F such a way that it resulted into the A. We have completed one section of our today's topic, that is unit vector, rectangular unit vector and the component of a vector. Now let's start with another section, that is the product. Now when we said product, we thought about 5 into 6. That means one number is multiplied by the another number. For example, let's suppose one number is A and another is B. So what we are thinking, A multiplied by B. In vector, what we had when we thought about the product is there are two types of product. One is the dot product and another is a cross product. Now dot product means U into V. The symbols for the dot products is the dot, where U, length of U is multiplied by length of V and multiplied by the cos of theta, where theta is the angle between U and V, and that leads to the component x multiplied by x, y multiplied by y. The another product which we have is a cross product. Now in cross product, A is multiplied by B, that is the symbol being represented by, for the product is the cross, where the length of A is multiplied by the length of B multiplied by the sine of theta, where theta is the angle between these two vectors A and B multiplied by the unit vector n cap. So this is what we had, dot and cross product. But if we add this dot and cross product, we will add a third product that is known as a triple product. So we will see the what laws has been followed by the dot products. The dot product follows the law of A dot B is equal to B dot A, commutative law. Second, A dot B is equal to, A dot B plus C is equal to A dot B plus A dot C, that is distributive law. Third, M multiplied by A and B is equal to M multiplied by A dot B. Now if A dot B is equal to 0, then, and what we had, A and B are not 0, then it means that A, vector A, is perpendicular to the vector B. So what we had with the unit vector I, J So what we will learn from the dot product is that I dot I is equal to j dot j is equal to k dot k is equal to 1. That means if I dot j and j dot I or k dot I, if we thought about interrelation of the I and j, what will be the result? Whether they are also equal to 1? No, they are not equal to, they are equal to 0. Now let's see for the cross product, which laws the cross products follows. First, commutative law, A dot B is not equal to A dot B, B dot A. It is equal to minus of B dot A. For distributive law, we had A cross B is equal, A cross B plus C is equal to A cross B plus A cross C. That is the distributive law. In a similar manner, we have, if we multiply the scalar function m with the A cross B, which will be have m A cross B or A m cross m dot B. Now if we had A cross B equal to 0 in this case, and we also had A and B which are not 0, then what will be happen? The vector A is now parallel to the vector B. That is the conclusion. Therefore, we had a unit vector which are circular to each other. That is, I is related with the j is equal to k. Now if we cross multiply within this unit vector, we will have that I cross j is equal to k, j cross k is equal to I, and k cross I is equal to j. Now let's see about the triple law. Triple products follows the law A dot B into C is not actually equal to A dot B into C. The parenthesis change, the laws change. Now, A dot B cross C is equal to B dot C cross A is equal to C dot A cross B. If you can see, they are circulating A, B, C. And third law, A cross B cross C, which is actually not equal to A cross B cross C, as the parenthesis change, but the famous law A cross B cross C is equal to actually B A dot C minus C A dot B, and is also known as BAC minus CAB law. Now we will do some problems on dot products and the cross product. Now find the angle between A and B. Now we had a vectors A and a vector B, and we need to find the angle between these two. The best way is to find the dot product between A and B, because as we know, the vector A dot vector B is equal to magnitude of A into magnitude of B into cos of theta. And why I have not taken the cross product? Because there is a n cap unit vector in the end, so I don't want that unit vector to become a problem over here. So I am taking dot product to find the angle between these two vectors A and B. That is what we are trying to find. We need to find what is the angle between these two unit vectors. These two vectors. So let's solve and let's find what will be the magnitude of A, which is will be under root of component of x square. We had x for 2, okay, that means 2 ka square, then component of y, that is 2, again we have to make it square, then we had a minus of 1, तो प्लस माइनस ऑफ 1 का होल स्क्वायर, that give us the magnitude of A. That means under root of 4 plus 4 plus 1 under root of 9. That means we had a magnitude as 3 for A. Now if we try to find the magnitude of B in a similar manner, 7 का स्क्वायर प्लस 24, there is a mistake, give me a second. Okay, 24 का स्क्वायर which we have to make, okay, we will add 24 का square over here, and that lead us to totally 25, which B is equal to 25. मतलब 20, if I add 7 sevens, that is 49 plus 24 का double square, and then if we added the under root of this whole quantity is resulted into 25. Now we will find vector A dot B, so that our equation unknowns will be known to us. A dot B is equal to 2I cap plus 2J cap minus K cap dot product with the 7I cap plus 24 K cap. As we know, I cap into I cap, sorry, I cap dot I cap, J cap dot J cap is equal to K cap dot K cap is equal to 1. Therefore, only I cap will remain. If I multiply I cap into the K cap or J cap into I cap, that will result it into the 0. What we had for the I cap, we had 2. Let me write correctly. 2 dot 7, यहाँ का 2 dot this 7, since these both are for I cap, and the similar way for the J cap we will have 2, since there is no J over here, we will write dot 0. For the K cap we had minus of 1 and 24. So 2 4s are 17, 14 plus minus of 24, that result into the minus 24 plus of 14 minus of 10. Now therefore, if I put all the things in the equation 1, if I write it in the equation 1 like this, okay, minus of 10 is equal to 3, magnitude of A is 3, into 25 cos of theta. That means cos of theta is equal to minus 10 divided by 3 into 25 lead us to the minus 2 by 10, so 10 nahi, 15, minus 2 by 15, that means minus 0.133, and that lead us to the angle. If I find angle theta, cos inverse of minus 0.133 equal to 98 degree. So that is our theta, angle between the two vectors A and B. Here is another problem for you to solve. Determine whether A and B are perpendicular to each other. That means, let me give you a hint for this. Hint is that if A and B are perpendicular to each other, as we already discussed, A dot B equal to 0. So we have to check whether A dot B equal to 0 or not. So this is the hint from my side for you to solve this question. Try by yourself. Then we had a cross product. So let's solve some problems on the cross product. The problem 7 says find 2j cross 3k. Okay, so we will do this first. 2j cross 3k. Now since 3 and 2 both are magnitude, they are not vectors, so we can multiply them. That means we have a scalar quantity 2 and 3, so we can multiply directly. 2 3s are 6, but as j and k, if you remember, we have learned they are in a circular manner. That means if I make I cross j, it leads us to the k, and j cross k, then it lead us to the I cap. That means if I write j cross k over here, that lead us to the 6 I cap. Now second problem which we had, 2j cross product minus of k cap. Now as a magnitude you will say there is only one, so we can write directly minus over here. Okay, so we can write minus of 2, but again if I take j cross k, as you can understand, it lead us to the I cap. So minus of 2 I cap will be the answer. Let me give you one more try with another one. Minus of 3 I cap cross product with minus of 2 k cap. Again you will see there are two scalar quantity 3 and 2, minus of 3, minus of 2. If I multiply minus minus, this will be resulted into the plus. 3 into 2s are 6. The remaining is I cap cross product with the k cap. Now as you can see, it is a reverse way. As you remember, we had a I cap in the top, j cap on the right and k cap on the left, and the circle rise like this. But what we had over here is I cap cross product with the j cap. It is a reversed. It is reversed. I cap cross product with the j cap. So what we need, we will do it in a minus sign. Yes, it is still resulted into the j cap, but in a reverse manner. That means we will add six j cap, but with the minus sign. But with the minus sign. 6j cap, but with the minus sign. Now you have to show that in this problem that magnitude of A cross B plus A dot B is equal to A square, magnitude of A square plus magnitude of B square. Now as you can see, I have not given you any component of A and B, so you can take standard component, that is A is equal to AX I cap plus AY j cap plus AZ k cap. The similar way you can take B as a BX I cap, BY j cap, BZ k cap, and try this problem by yourself to better understand the cross product. The third we had the triple product, vector triple product. Now the problem 9 said that show that the absolute value of triple product A dot B cross C is the actual volume of a parallelepiped, and where A, B, C are the side, that means A one side, B is another side, and C is the third side of the parallelepiped. Now what we have learned when we talk about the volume of any structure, that volume is actually height multiplied by area of the structure. ठीक है, तो if I talk about the area of C and B, this one, okay, so area will be B cross C, B vector B cross C, and the height is what? H. So if I write A vector A dot multiply by the area, that is B cross C. ठीक है ना, the height is multiplied by the area, and that lead us to this equation, the triple product. That means the volume of parallelepiped, this shows volume of the parallelepiped is A dot B cross C. Okay, now as we already know the cross product equation, so we can find I cross J cross K plus J cross K cross I. As you can see, J cross K हम ऑलरेडी सीख चुके हैं क्या होता है, ठीक है ना. तो J cross K is nothing but I cap. You can find for this and identify what will be the value for this I cross J cross K plus J cross K cross I. Now, according to our objectives, agendas, we have completed unit vector, rectangular unit vector, and the dot products, in which we have already seen the dot product and cross product and the triple vector product. Now it's time to see the operators, how the operators work in vectors. So let's see. Before going for the operator, we will understand the graph, which is the actual basic of our knowledge. The graph is the techniques which shows variation of a function with the independent variables. That means, let's suppose there is a function f and we need to find its variation with the independent variable, let's suppose x, and there is a variation shows by a line, and what we find, we try to find the slope of it that shows the variation. That means how the function f varies with the function with the independent variable x. Now this lead us to the scalar way of finding the variation of a function. Now what about in vectors? The same things? Big problem. We have to see the variation of the function in x, y, z direction, that means 3 direction at the same instant. Very much big problem. We have to see, we have seen the slope above is actually full derivative. Then in the derivative we learn about the full derivative and partial derivative. Since there is a variation in 3 dimensions, so we need to see some other way, and the partial derivative provide the techniques, and that is the thing which we needed to see in vectors. Therefore we had a del operator. Now what is the del operator? Del operator is the operator showing the variation of in x, y and z. It is a technique tool through which we can work in vectors, but it's operator, it's not a vector. Be remembered, it's not a vector. Then how to, questions arise how to operate and on what it should be operate. There are many problems in it. We have to see a lots of things then. Let's try what we had already. What we had? A scalar. Yes, the first thing which we learned. Let's try for the scalar, the del operator. Now if ux is a scalar function, then its variation in x, y, z direction with the help of the del operator is given by d of u, del of u is equal to change of u in x, change of u in y, change of u in z. That lead us to think about the vector slopes. That means gradient. Yes, gradient. I am trying to mop up a hill. With the help of gradient, I can see that how much the hill has been gradient. Oh, gradient. Now the next, what about the vectors then? The vectors had 2 types of techniques for the product, which are dot product, which we already learned, and the cross product. And dot product lead us to the operation known as a diversion of a function, how much the field has been diverted, whereas cross product lead us to the curling of a function, that is a curl of a function. Now diversion means how the field get diverged. There are 3 types of diversion actually. One is a positive diversion where the you can see the arrows getting outside. Negative diversion where the arrows, you can see the field of direction is inside, and null diversion where arrows are cancelling each others. In a curl, we can see how the function get curl itself around a point. So by definition, we had a curl of a vector A denoted by curl of vector A del cross A is a vector whose magnitude is maximum net circulation of A per unit area, as the area tend to be 0. Then in Cartesian coordinate system, we have del cross A is equal to I cap j cap k cap divided by I cap j cap k cap determinant deba by deba x, deba by deba y, deba by deba z, that is partial derivatives in x, y and z with the component vector ax, ay, az. And the diversion in the Cartesian coordinate system is, if Vx is a vector function in 3 dimensions, the diversion of a function resulted into scalar quantity. Yes, the diversion resulted into the scalar, where del dot v is equal to variation of v in x, variation of v in y and variation of v in z. That lead us to one more conclusion, and very surprisingly, it's nothing but our next topic, Laplace operator. Yes, so we start with the del operators and we lend it to the Laplace operator. And Laplace operator is a diversion of a gradient of that field. No, that means del square f. Yes, del square f is diversion of a gradient. As you can see, del square f is equal to del dot del f. And note that Laplacian is essentially a definition of a second derivative with respect to a 3-dimensional partial derivative. Del square f is equal to deba by deba. As we studied gradient, diversion and curl, let's solve some problems on those. Now, problem number 11 talks about the variation of a scalar function f. It's a scalar function. Mind it, huh? The f is equal to 3x square y minus y square z at a point 1 minus of 2 minus of 1. So we will find the variation. Now variation, that means changes, that means slope, that means in a scalar, when we talk about the scalars way, for the scalar function especially, that means gradient. So indirectly the problem is trying to tell us to find the gradient of f. Now gradient of f, that means deba by deba x of I cap plus deba by deba y of j cap plus deba by deba z of k cap. For the function f, that is 3x square plus y minus y square z square. Now if I try to find the variation, that means we will need to take the derivative of partial derivative of this function f. Begin f with I, deba by deba y with j, deba by deba z with k cap. That lead us deba by deba x of 3x square plus y minus y square z square I cap plus deba by deba y 3x square y y square z square j cap plus deba by deba z 3x square y minus y square z square k cap. Now that lead us to, if I try to take the partial derivative of this equation, so 3 into 2, 3 2s are 6xy, 6xy I cap. Then we had, if we take the derivative of this, so we will had 3x square is a constant quantity, will become out x square deba by deba y, deba y by deba y is 1, so that will be 1 minus of 2 2y z square, and that is in j direction. Then again plus, if I take the derivative, the first term will be the constant for the partial derivative deba by deba z, second term minus of y square, अब 2z है तो 2 times of z will resulted into k cap. Now for the quantities of 1 minus 2 minus 1, that we will have to write in place of x, y and z minus 1 minus 2 minus. Give me a second. I have to make the space for it. Right. So if I write 6 in place of x is 1, we have to write x के प्लेस में 1 रखना है, y के प्लेस में -2 रखना है और z के प्लेस में -1 रखना है. x into minus of 2 I cap प्लस 3x की बजाय 1, 1 का स्क्वायर -2, y के बजाय -2, z के बजाय -1, -1 का होल स्क्वायर j cap माइनस ऑफ 2, y के बजाय -2 का स्क्वायर -2 का होल स्क्वायर, z की बजाय -1, this quantity multiplied by k cap. Now we don't need it, so I can, yes, let me write k cap. That lead us -12 I cap 3 minus plus 2 2s are 4, 3 plus 4 7 j cap plus of 7 j cap -2 का होल स्क्वायर 4 हुआ and minus plus, so plus of 4 2s are 8 k cap. This is what we had, a variation of f at the point 1, at point 1 -2 1 minus 1. In a similar manner, there is one more problem for your first hand try. Find the gradient of 1 upon magnitude of r, where r is a vector with having component vector as a x cap, x I cap plus y j cap plus z k cap. You have to find the gradient of this. Try by yourself, you will find a good result over there. Now for the divergence, we will do the problem number 13. A vector A having x square z I cap minus 2y square z j cap plus x y square z k cap. Find how much the field get diverge at the point 1 minus 1 1. Diverge, that means how much it will coming out of the point, or it will going inside one point. How much it will be diverging, फैल कितनी रही है, that is what we are concerned. Okay, so what we have A, the what for the diverge, that means we need to find the divergence of a P. So let's find, we have to find divergent del dot A. Okay, so del operator as usual, deba by deba x I cap plus deba by deba y j cap plus deba by deba z k cap dot product with the x square z I cap minus 2y square z j cap plus x y square z k cap. Now what we need to find? The divergence of the function. So as we know, I cap into I cap is 1, j cap into j cap is 1. So according to our knowledge, what we will do, we will try to group them. डेबा बाय डेबा x I cap 1 है, इसलिए यहाँ पर x स्क्वायर z लिया जाएगा. सिमिलर वे j cap 1 रहता है, इसलिए वेरिएशन हम देखेंगे तब हम लेंगे डेबा बाय डेबा ऑफ y माइनस ऑफ 2 y स्क्वायर z. वेरिएशन ऑफ z के लिए हम लेंगे डेबा बाय डेबा z ऑफ x y square z. That means 2x z for first term. हम x की डेरिवेटिव लेंगे, z हमारे लिए कांस्टेंट रहेगा. यहाँ पर भी हम y की डेरिवेटिव लेंगे. 2 into 2, that is 4, but in minus sign, minus of 4 y z प्लस हम अगर इसकी डेरिवेटिव लेंगे तो x और z हमारे लिए कांस्टेंट रहेगा, y की डेरिवेटिव आएगी 2y. Now what we need to find the divergence at point 1 minus 1 1. That in a similar manner, x is equal to 1, similar way y is equal to minus 1 and z is equal to 1. If I put the values in the equation, 2 1.1 minus of 4 1.1 plus of 2 1.1.1. तो as it resulted 2, क्योंकि यहाँ पे जो 1 है, let me write clearly इसको, 1.1 1 होता है, इसलिए 2 माइनस 1.1 होता है 4 प्लस 1.1.1 होता है इसलिए 2. द रिजल्ट इज माइनस ऑफ 4. सॉरी, यहाँ पर y माइनस में था, आई जस्ट फॉरगॉट ओवर हियर, ये माइनस में था, तो ये माइनस नहीं होगा, ये प्लस हो जाएगा. ठीक है ना. तो और यहाँ पर ये y माइनस में है, यहाँ पर करेक्शन माइनस. तो प्लस ऑफ 4. ठीक है. If the problem next what we are doing is the vector. If it is a vector solenoid, that means the divergence is 0. ठीक है ना. Del operator working on V, del dot V is equal to 0. Then find the constant A in the equation of V. So let's find. I will leave this for you. You find it and tell us what will be the quantity or constant A had of a quantity. Next we are working for the curl. Problem number 15. Suppose A is equal to x square y z square I cap minus 2y square z square j cap plus xy square k cap. Find the curl of a curl A. That means we need to find curl of a curl A. Okay, curl of a curl A. That means we need to find double curl of A. So let's find first del cross A, and then we will find del cross A. So del cross A, that is I cap, determinant j cap, k cap. What we have for deba by x, deba by y, deba by z. Let me write more bigger way so that we can have a good feel over here. I cap, j cap and k cap, deba by x, deba by y, deba by z. So x component is x square, z square, y square, z square, sorry, minus of 2y, y square, z square, x, y square, z. And we have to find this determinant value, and that give us del cross A. You know how to solve the determinant, so I'm directly writing the equation for del cross A as 2xyz plus 4 y square z I cap minus bracket y square z minus 2x square z j cap. Okay. Now if I wanted to find del cross A, what we will need? We will need to put on the equation of this in the equation above. Same way. That means I cap, j cap, k cap, deba by x, deba by y, sorry, y, deba by deba z, 2xy plus 4y square z. Similar way, minus of y square z plus of 2x square z. Since there is no k term over here, as we can have seen, we will write 0 over here and we will find the equation for this determinant. Okay, and when you find the equation for this determinant, we will have y square minus 2x square I cap plus 2xy plus 4y square j cap plus 2xy minus of 8y z k cap. Another problem is given to you for your trial base. Show that the curl of a gradient is 0 vector. That means del cross gradient of f is 0. Okay, you have to show this. Try to find the solution for the problem 16. We already covered our vectors operators, that means introduction to the gradient, divergent, curl, and problem based on divergent, curl, and gradient. Now we need to study the coordinate systems. So in next lecture I am going to study the coordinate system. Okay, see you in the next lecture. Thank you.